All right, welcome back to the shop. This is the volume number 2 of the high voltage short build. Overnight, I sat in the bags, and when I got home from work today, I pulled the first one. I'm going to show how it comes out of the mold. This will probably be a short video, not much to do here, but if you look, um, this one's cleaned up, but here's the elevator. This came in at 1 ounce. That's pretty good. It's pretty much what I was looking for. A little under an ounce would have been better, but 1 ounce is pretty respectable. Um, Really nice. The elevator. These are the elevators. I still got to clean up the flashing. I'll show how I do that. Um, I'll go through it, but I'm gonna show you how I pull it out of the mold, just so you get an idea on how it comes out and it releases. So overall, the first one came out good. Let's see how the second one comes out. So let me move the camera angle to give you a better angle on this. So hold on 1 second. All right, so move the camera angle to the above head camera. I'm gonna switch sides of the thing. So, all right. So now what we'll do is we'll put this one to the side. I'm going to pull out the other one out of the bag and show you how it comes out of the bag and the peel ply and what the things to look out for if you take it out. So let me just put this to the side. All right, so I pulled the vacuum hose off and the vacuum came out. These bags held pretty good because I shut the vacuum pump off last night, um, about 10 o'clock or so. And this morning I still had 15 inches of vacuum, maybe 14 inches of vacuum, so only bled down a little bit. Not even enough to turn the pump on. All right, so we'll stick to the bag in spots wherever bleach through the breather cloth. So this is the actual one I did on camera. The other one I did off camera, the first pull. Just folding up the bag. Real quick, but as you can see, the breather cloths, all that shiny stuff is where the breather cloth sucked in. All right. So now you have to carefully pull the peel ply off from the breather cloth. And you got to do is separate it, find a spot, and try to separate it from the fiberglass carefully. Because the one thing you don't want to do is pull it up with the fiberglass. You want to be able to separate the breather cloths from the fiberglass. So, and what you got to do is do this in small little batches, and you'll find an area that'll come loose. So you just work a couple different spots, and you'll find one area, like I said, it'll just come up the way you want it to come up. So just carefully pick it up in a couple spots. So it's actually ready to come out of the mold already, which is good. I mean, it didn't stick in the mold. It's just getting the peel ply started. And sometimes you got to break the peel ply into small sections because you don't want to, again, you don't want to pull the fiberglass off the inside. All right, so I'm getting it to go slowly here. Just take your time here because I've done it where you actually pull apart. All right, it's starting to come. Just slowly. Just pull it back slowly. Sometimes you have to. You can cut the peel ply and pull it up in sections. Sometimes it's easier to do that. Then what you can do is you can kind of peel it away. And usually you can get a corner started and it's a lot easier. So you just want to take your time here. Peel it back. And of course, the one I did off camera was an easy one and it came right up. It's always the way it is. Here we go. All right. You just got to be patient here. All right, here it's starting to come. Here we go. So you just got to take your time here. This is one of those deals you just got to be patient. It'll start to come up. Because what you don't want to do is pull the internal fiberglass, because then the piece is not good. Or you don't want to crack the piece. All right, here we go. All right, see, it's starting to come now, as you can see. You just got to be patient a minute. What I like to do is try to pull it back against itself and slowly. Believe it or not, this is actually hard. I'm pulling it out of the mold. So one spot right here on the hole, you can see it where just pull up the fiberglass a little bit. I mean, go on the outside of the part, so it's not a big deal. But putting this peel ply in the breather cloth saves a lot of weight. I mean, if you think about it, yesterday I poured in at least over an ounce of material on this side, probably more, probably an ounce and a half of material on this side, and it really sucked a lot out. I mean, the stab only weighed an ounce total, and that's subtracting. So it only really, between the fiberglass and resin, added to 3/4 of an ounce. So again, just take your time, go slowly. Again, what I try to do is pull it back against itself to keep from tearing up. Okay. So that's the peel ply up. See all the resin. You see that's the original color of the peel ply. That's all the resin that gets stuck to it. So, all right. And now, where's the squeegee? So, a lot of times you could just do this. Because the relief is in there really good. And there's your part. So not bad. So what we gotta do is, the leading edge on this side was not great. I don't know why. I'll have to look at that. All right. So first things first, we'll do is we'll take my planer here and I'll just, the trailing edge that I put in, I will just plane it down. All right, now what I do is I just cut along the edge. All right, so out of curiosity, let's see what the weight came in. So this one is 110. This one's going to be even lighter after I cut the rest of the flashing off. Um, so let's cut the rest of the flashing off. So you just take a knife, and what I do is I leave a little bit here. All right, so I cut the flashing off of it. So this one is 0.95. So here's the other one. They were 2 ounces. So 2 ounces, not bad. That's kind of weight I was looking for. And you got to remember too that it'll be even lighter because the center section gets cut out of here. If you can actually look in the mold, there's lines where you would line up that come out of it. So you line this thing back up in here, right? And then I would mark the center line and mark these 2 lines, and that's where it gets cut. And then we put a center piece that allows the stab to plug in. 115, almost the same as the other one. Just a follow line around here. So 0.9, that's pretty good. All right, so what I do now, I put it back in the mold, and with a piece of 220 on a block, I take it and I sand down to the tops of the mold. So you'll hear the difference when you get down to the mold. Yeah, what I'll do is we just want to sand the flashing off to the clear. And anywhere like the fiberglass got lifted up, like here in this little corner right there, what you do is just take some CA and push it down. No, not bad. Now I just gotta finish sanding it over here. Okay. So that pretty much a sanded up elevator. Stab, same thing. Just make sure it's in the mold where you want it. Man, you kind of just sand it in so it's both flush. Get the excess dust out. Okay. So that's the first stab in elevator is ready to go. So here's the second one. I already did the stab. I just have to do the elevator. And again, this will all get cut. There's marks in this mold that to help you line up the ribs. And all right, so we're gonna do is cut this out. I usually break the fletching free after you cut it. But just sanding it off the ledge. Stick it back in the mold here. Get the corners lined back up. What I'll do is work one half. You can even use the plane a little bit. I will caution you on that though, because you can take out a chunk of foam. Right. What you gotta do is you're just gonna clean up. If you can see, there's a little bit of edge left still. You just now that sand it thin, you just take your block. All right. And there's your stab and elevator. Now if I take the there you go. The little lines line up pretty good. And there'll be a couple ribs in here just to keep it from oil canning. And then you can just sand the edges in and you're good. All right, so that's how it's done. Now, out of curiosity, you take it one, stab is two, two elevators. That's 375, 3.75 ounces. But remember, there's a lot of stuff that gets cut out of this, especially on the stab and elevator. Okay. Now, what I will do, all right, so what I will do here is mark the center line. I'll mark the spot where the cutouts are. That's going to get cut out. All right. All right, here's sharpens. An ultra fine Sharpie should do the trick here. All right, now what I do is I marked it, gonna mark it here. And you can't probably see this on the camera, but there are rib marks here. It's just really nice to build out of a mold when all these marks are here. It makes life so much easier. So what I'll do is I just take this. This rule is pretty flexible, so I get it in a spot where I'm pretty happy with it. All right, and that'll get cut out even more because of the back of the fuse, which we'll have to kind of look at where it lines up. And again, just marking it. And what we'll do is probably make half ribs here. All right. All right, and that's so far so good. And the first pull I thought was very good. I'm pretty happy with it. Um, I think we're going to be at a good weight. I'm trying to match those of the shark that I have. So we're going to be pretty close to that number. All right. So that's all I got for today. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that, got something out of it. Um, if you like the video, subscribe, like them, tell your friends. The more information we could share, the better we're going to be. Um, all of us collectively. All right, so till next time, maybe next time I'll work on actually putting these together and laying out where the take apart hardware is going to go. It's going to go right here in the middle somewhere. The Yosenko's use what I'll say, a block or a carbon block, a carbon tube that goes one through the other side and plugs through the fuselage. So that'll be the piece we'll have to make up next. And again, we'll have to, I'm going to go measure the one I have to get the elevator size correct. Um, but yeah, overall good start. So again, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Send me comments and feedback. Thanks, everyone.